So here are the eyes we're going to do. And I'm just going to do a quick little run through. We've got some really simple ones looking to the side. We've got some looking kind of up and straight ahead. We've got straight ahead. We've got to the other side. We've got closed with a big eyelid. We've got simple, simple closed, another simple closed, partially closed, and then just super whimsical. Now, these are kind of small, so I'm going to make them bigger for you. And I'm going to use a Sharpie, I think. Yeah. So what I want you to do is when we're starting to do eyes, I want you to throw out any expectations of creating a face. Let's pull away from the pressure of thinking that these eyes have to be part of a finished face. Let's just simply think about the eyes. So now we're just thinking about the eyes. Now let's just simply think about the lines. They're just lines. They are not eyes. They are lines and dots. Okay. So don't think of it as an eye. Lines and dots. So let's start with our more simple one over here. And in that case, I did something like this. I did 2 dots very loosely, just like that, and then a circle, real loose. Look at that. That's it. Now we're going to move on. We're going to move on, and I want you to do it like this too. Don't think too much. Don't question it. Don't say, uh-oh, this pupil's different than this pupil, or I didn't fill it in all the way, or this isn't perfectly round. Move on. Okay, move forward. Now let's go to this next one down here. And here are the lines that requires. We're going to do 2 arches, and I don't care how far apart they are. And these arches are a little bit pointed at the top, just a little bit, like a little mountain. Okay, and then there's a little, this one isn't as steep, but it's a little curve like this. Like that. And then we have a circle up here. We're going to fill that in. Who's making along? Look, we've made 2 sets of eyes already. Okay, this is all we need to do. We're not going to worry about where the whites of the eyes are. We're not going to worry about the fact that these 2 eyes look really different from each other. Keep moving forward. Now we have one where we're going to actually do these sideways, like marks like this. Now we're doing this. Look at that. And we're going to do a big circle like this. My Sharpie's kind of running out of ink, but it's okay. Teresa's making along. I'm going to fill this in because I don't want it to look like they're dizzy. But at the same time, we're just getting the shapes down, okay? So there's 2 eyes. And they're not going to look cross-eyed forever. Then we're going to do this one. And it's just slightly curved. Oh, ever so slightly, these 2 shallow curves like this. And then we're going to kind of go boom and boom. So similar to the one above, but not as tall, a little more shallow. And we have this kind of overhang right here. And then we're going to be looking, oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and do this. We're going to keep this one like this. This is a whole new one that I wasn't planning on, but there you go. What we're actually going to do now is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it so they're both going like that. And then see, now they're looking to the side. See what's happening? Remember, this is just the lines and the dot stage. We haven't gotten to the color. We haven't gotten to the eyelashes. We haven't gotten to anything else. Okay, don't do anything except the lines and the dots. We've got 2 more. We got 2 short arches. These are just very short arches. like this. Crystal's making along. Mary Thomas says, I can do it. Jan Barker said, making along, perfectionist is trying to push its way in. Don't let it, Jan. You just keep moving forward. Okay, so we got this shallow, and then this one's going to come down and kind of be pointy down here. Just a little. Just a little. Just like that. And then we're going to put our circle. I don't want to say pupil. Just our circle right there in the middle. Look, that's a whole other eye. It's all different. Look at all these different eyes we're doing. Look at them all. And then we've got the closed eye. Let's do this simple closed eye first. And that's just these. And you can make these as deep as you want. Don't do the eyelashes yet. So that's it. Just 2 closed eyes. And let's do a couple of those. You can actually do them like this. You can actually just do them like this. So that's a closed eye. Okay. And then let's do this one over here. That's the closed eye, but it has this deep eyelid above. Do you see that? It's 2 shapes. These are just two gumdrops. Just 2 gumdrops. Okay. And then we're going to have one that's like the top of the eyelid like this. And a little tiny eye. No eyelashes yet. Then we've got the partially closed eye. And it's going to be straight across. It's going to be under like this. And then that pupil is going to kind of go like that. You see how I'm cutting that pupil right here across? Okay, I'm going to tell you the not to do's in just a moment. And then here is a pretty basic eye. We've got a little bit of an arch. And then we've got this coming under here. Our pupil's really going to fill it up. This is key, like fill that up. And it's just a little bit heavier on top. Okay. All right, so those are our lines and our dots. Pretty fun, right? Did you do it? Who made along? How you feeling? Who's feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it? Okay, next we're going to move to some of the details. So let's take this one, for instance. So I'm going to start scribbling very, very loosely. In fact, I'm going to hold my pen way up here at the top. And I'm going to go to the top of this eye, and I'm just going to scribble. Like I'm brushing back and forth. I'm not doing this, eyelashes. I'm not doing that. I'm taking my pen, and I'm just kind of scraping back and forth. I'm doing a little bit more than I need to because I'm trying to demonstrate, but like super, super loose. Okay. See up close. And we haven't added color yet or anything like that. So don't worry. And then let's say for this one where we're looking to the side, we're going to do something like this. And all I did was choo, 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 boom, choo, 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 boom. And I've got these little eyebrows. Do you see what I did? Just a little boom, boom. So now you've got these little eyebrows. That will change the expression. Eyebrows. So if I've got an eye, I'm just going to do this really loose. And I do my eyebrows like this. We're kind of like, ooh, very interested in what you have to say. And then we're going to do it like this. In fact, I'll take my eyelid over my pupil. And then I'm going to go. Now what? Now what do we got? Now they're angry, right? What about What's that going to do? Usually that's worried. That could be sad. Right? See? And this one would be like, oh my goodness. And this one would be like, argh. Let's skip over here to this one with the eyelids and the closed eyes. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to darken where the eye closes, just really loose, okay? And then we're going to put these eyelashes. And again, it's not this. It's more like this. And this is just me. Listen, this is not the only way to make eyes. What I'm doing is teaching you the Jennifer way to make eyes, which is whimsy, wonky, and whopper joppled. For these, yeah, come on. We can just go ahead and do some lines. As many as you want, as long as you want. That's fine. You can play with that. All of these. So maybe you just put them on the sides like this for that one. And maybe this one just goes that way also, but shorter. And then this one can come out just a couple like this. But they're all eyes, right? And this one, what was I doing with this one? Oh, this is the partially closed one. We're going to put a lid on it. We're going to color in that eyelid. And we're bringing it right over the pupil. See that? Now, if we were going to do a real face, like we would not be doing this in black. We'd probably doing it in skin tone and like shading it and all that. And then for this one, I have eyelashes kind of going up, which you're not going to see because of my dark eyelid, but let's just pretend that you can see them there. Okay, so that's just a partially closed eye right there. I like to darken this up top. Like this. And then we would do maybe a few little lashes coming out like this. And then this one, we're going to need some color, but we can even do like a little whoosh, little lashes like this. Cute, right? And we're pretty much getting them all taken care of here. This was a surprise one I didn't really have plans for. Posca Swan, Posca pens, Posca acrylic paint markers. Love them. One of my very, very favorite tools, especially my white and my black. These come in so handy because for these little details, it's just super, super easy. And this is why I like the Posca acrylic pens, because you can actually go right over that black. We were able to sketch with the black. We can go over the black, and then we're going to let that dry, and we'll come back and do a pupil. Okay. Let's do a brown. Let's find a couple brown eyes in here. This one can be brown. And you can see I'm taking it right up to the edge of my black circle. I'm going to leave that a little bit of a black outline. It doesn't have to be perfect, but a little bit of the black around the color will be fine. What others do I have? Green. These can be green. One thing to not do, I'm going to do a not do here in a second. And again, I'm not an expert, but what I do know is that this does not work. So what we don't want to do, unless your person is going to be super surprised, you don't want to do this. So if we have an eye, we do this. We don't want our pupil like this, our iris, like that, unless they're surprised. Okay. What we do instead is we put that eye right up there against either that top lid, if we're looking straight ahead, or up. And we bring that lid right over it. See that? And then this bottom one can be below it. But see, now it's looking straight ahead. Or we can really make it look up. We'll go ahead and do our pupils. And now we're looking up. See that? And then if we do some directional stuff like this. Okay. So you want, like, if you looked at yourself in the mirror, there is probably never a time when your pupil, your iris, all of that, when all the white is shown around your entire eye. That doesn't happen unless we're like, oh, okay. So it's always going to be covered. So here I put color here. That's the only reason you see it all. But I'm going to go back over it again. And see, now it looks a little more realistic. And like this one, I'm going to stick it back under there. And same here. We're going to go ahead and give this one a little lid. We'll thicken that up. See? And this one, when I put the color on, I lost that effect. So I'm just coming back with the black to put it back. Okay. And this one, my paint's kind of wet, so and we'll put our pupils back in. Much easier with a Posca. Good. Where did I buy the Poscas? The best place to get them, in my opinion, is from Blick Art, Dick Blick. Most of the art supplies, the best price I find is on blickart.com. You can also go to my website. I have a shop tab on my website, and I have all my favorite stuff linked there to make it super easy. So you can go to my website and go to the shop tab. And I believe I have my Poscas linked there from Blick Art. So we're going to dry that really quick. And having said all of this and shown you some different whimsical ways to make eyes. You know, one thing people tend to do too is when they do the highlight, they go boom, boom, which is fine. But what really happens if you look at the reflection in your eye, you get reflection of something you're looking at. So it's not always just a dot. So you can imagine, what are they looking at? Are they looking out a window? So we might have like a couple little lines that's mimicking like a window, and it would be the same in each eye. See that one? Or here. And then it could also be in the iris. But they would be the same in each eye looking kind of in the same direction. Okay. How are we feeling? Which is your favorite? I know which one my favorite is. I forgot one. We've got this little doodad. Didn't do this one, but it's kind of large. And now is the point where you can now play and, you know, do it on scrap paper. There's nothing to lose. Nobody cares. Some are going to be good, some are not. Try them all and see what you like the best. What's going to be your go-to eye? You can do it every time. You don't have to change it up. What's your eye? Cool. I think this is super fun. I think it's so fun.